Welcome back to another fascinating journey into the world of psychology. Today, we're diving into 10 astonishing psychology facts that will blow your mind and help you understand the world around you. Dva-vu, presence. Fact number 1, the halo effect. Have you ever noticed that attractive people are often perceived as more intelligent or kind? This is the halo effect at work. Our brains tend to assume that good-looking people possess other positive traits, even without evidence. This can lead to unfair advantages in various areas of life, such as job interviews or social situations. Being aware of the halo effect can help us make more objective judgments about others, based on their actions and character, rather than their appearance. The halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their character. This effect can extend beyond just physical attractiveness. For instance, if we perceive someone as friendly, we might also assume they are smart and capable, even if we have no evidence to support this belief. It's crucial to be mindful of this bias, as it can affect our decisions in hiring, promotions, and even personal relationships. By recognizing the halo effect, we can strive to evaluate people more fairly and based on their actual abilities and actions. Fact number 2. The mere exposure effect. The more we see something, the more we tend to like it. This phenomenon, known as the mere exposure effect, explains why we often prefer familiar faces, places, and even songs. It's our brain's way of finding comfort in familiarity. This effect is used extensively in advertising and marketing, where repeated exposure to a product or brand increases our likelihood of liking it. Think about those catchy jingles or logos you see everywhere. They're designed to become familiar and, ultimately, likable. The mere exposure effect doesn't just apply to objects and people. It also impacts our attitudes and beliefs. For example, political campaigns often rely on repeated exposure to slogans and candidates' names to build familiarity and likability among voters. This effect can also influence our social circles, as we tend to gravitate towards people we see regularly, whether it's colleagues, classmates, or neighbors. Understanding the mere exposure effect can help us recognize when our preferences might be shaped more by familiarity than by the intrinsic qualities of what we encounter. Fact number 3, cognitive dissonance. When our actions don't match our beliefs, we experience discomfort called cognitive dissonance. To reduce this tension, we often change our attitudes or justify our behaviors. It's a fascinating look into how we strive for internal harmony. For instance, if someone considers themselves environmentally conscious but drives a gas-guzzling car, they might downplay the environmental impact of their car to reduce this dissonance. Understanding this can help us recognize when we might be justifying behaviors that don't align with our values. Cognitive dissonance can also occur in various everyday situations, such as making a purchase or forming opinions. For example, if you buy an expensive item, you might convince yourself that it was worth the price to justify the expense, even if there were cheaper alternatives available. This phenomenon highlights the lengths we go to in order to maintain consistency in our thoughts and actions. By being aware of cognitive dissonance, we can better understand our motivations and make more conscious decisions that align with our true values. Fact number 4, the power of first impressions. Did you know that it takes just 7 seconds for someone to form a first impression of you? That's right. In those initial moments, everything from your body language to your tone of voice contributes to how you're perceived. So, next time you meet someone new, remember to make those seconds count. Whether it's a job interview, a first date, or meeting your partner's friends, those first few moments set the stage for everything that follows. To make a great first impression, stand tall, smile, and make eye contact. It's incredible how these small gestures can make a huge difference. First impressions are powerful because they can be difficult to change. Once someone forms an opinion of you, it often takes substantial effort and time to alter that perception. This is because our brains like to maintain consistency, and changing an initial impression requires us to process new and sometimes contradictory information. Additionally, first impressions are not just about appearance and behavior. They can also be influenced by factors such as the context of the meeting and the mood of the individuals involved. By understanding the power of first impressions, we can be more intentional in how we present ourselves and more forgiving when forming opinions about others. Fact number 5, social proof. We're heavily influenced by the actions of others, especially in uncertain situations. This is called social proof. Whether it's choosing a restaurant based on reviews or joining a crowd, we often look to others to guide our decisions. Social proof is a powerful tool in marketing, where testimonials and user reviews can significantly influence potential customers. It also plays a role in social media, where the number of likes and shares can affect how we perceive content. Social proof operates on the principle that if other people are doing something, it must be the right thing to do. This effect is particularly strong in unfamiliar or ambiguous situations where we lack sufficient information to make an informed decision. For instance, if you're in a foreign city and see a long line outside a restaurant, you might assume it serves excellent food and decide to eat there as well. Social proof can also influence our behaviors and opinions in group settings, such as meetings or social gatherings, where we might conform to the group's norms to fit in. Recognizing the power of social proof can help us make more independent decisions and be more critical of the influence of others on our choices. Fact number 6, the spotlight effect. Ever felt like everyone is watching your every move? That's the spotlight effect. In reality, people are usually too focused on their own lives to notice our minor slip-ups. So, relax and be yourself. This effect can make us overly self-conscious and worried about making mistakes in public. Understanding that others are not paying as much attention to us as we think can be liberating and help us act more naturally. The spotlight effect occurs because we are acutely aware of our own actions and assume that others are as well. However, most people are preoccupied with their own concerns and pay little attention to the minor details of others' behavior. This can be particularly comforting in social situations where we might fear judgment for small errors or imperfections. By reminding ourselves that others are not scrutinizing us as closely as we imagine, we can reduce anxiety and focus more on enjoying the moment and connecting with those around us. Fact number 7, the anchoring effect. The first piece of information we receive often acts as an anchor, influencing our subsequent judgments. This anchoring effect is why initial prices or offers can shape how we perceive value, even if the anchor isn't accurate. For example, if you see a jacket marked down from $200 to $100, you're likely to perceive it as a good deal, even if $100 is its actual value. Knowing about anchoring can help us make more informed decisions and avoid being swayed by initial information. Anchoring can impact various aspects of our lives, from financial decisions to everyday choices. For instance, in negotiations, the first offer often sets the tone for the rest of the discussion, making it crucial to start with a well-considered anchor. This cognitive bias can also affect how we evaluate probabilities and risks, leading us to rely too heavily on initial estimates or information. By being aware of the anchoring effect, we can strive to consider multiple perspectives and gather additional information before making decisions, leading to more balanced and accurate judgments. Fact number 8, confirmation bias. We love information that confirms our existing beliefs and tend to ignore anything that contradicts them. This is confirmation bias, and it can blind us to the truth. Keeping an open mind is key to overcoming this bias. In today's world, where we have access to vast amounts of information, confirmation bias can lead to echo chambers and polarization. Actively seeking out diverse perspectives can help us form more balanced and informed opinions. Confirmation bias can affect various areas of our lives, including politics, science, and personal relationships. For example, if we hold a strong political belief, we might selectively read news articles that support our view while ignoring those that challenge it. This bias can reinforce our existing beliefs and create a distorted perception of reality. To combat confirmation bias, it's essential to seek out and consider information from multiple sources, especially those that present different viewpoints. This approach can help us develop a more nuanced and accurate understanding of complex issues. Fact number 9, the bystander effect. In emergency situations, the presence of others can lead to inaction. This is the bystander effect, where individuals assume someone else will step in. Remember, taking action yourself can make a crucial difference. This phenomenon was famously highlighted in the case of Kitty Genovese, where multiple witnesses did not intervene during her attack. Being aware of the bystander effect can empower us to take responsibility and act when we see someone in need. The bystander effect occurs because individuals in a group often diffuse responsibility, thinking that someone else will take action. This can lead to tragic outcomes in emergency situations where immediate intervention is necessary. Understanding this effect can motivate us to be more proactive and decisive when witnessing someone in distress. Simple actions, such as calling for help or directly addressing the situation, can make a significant difference. By recognizing the bystander effect, we can cultivate a sense of personal responsibility and encourage others to do the same. Fact number 10. The Dunning-Kruger effect. Sometimes people with limited knowledge or skills in a particular area overestimate their competence. This phenomenon is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Awareness of this can help us stay humble and strive for continuous learning. It's a reminder that we should be cautious about our confidence in areas where we lack expertise and remain open to feedback and learning opportunities. The Dunning-Kruger effect highlights the gap between actual competence and perceived competence. Individuals with low ability in a domain often lack the skills to recognize their own shortcomings, leading to inflated self-assessments. Conversely, highly skilled individuals may underestimate their competence because they assume tasks are easy for others as well. Recognizing the Dunning-Kruger effect can encourage us to seek feedback, engage in lifelong learning, and remain open to new information. By doing so, we can develop a more accurate self-assessment and continue to grow in our abilities. If you found these facts as mind-blowing as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that delves into the mysteries of psychology. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and let us know in the comments which psychology fact surprised you the most. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the wonders of the human psyche. Stay curious, keep exploring, and until next time, remember, understanding your mind is the key to understanding your world. See you in the next video.